Not to be bitchy, but I might be a little bitchy. Women who wear the thing here, the thing, the beep, 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 ring here. The ring here. Are you a cow?
I mean, this person has got to be already only a few seconds in and has got to be one of the most annoying people that I would never want to meet. It's just my personal opinion. I'm sure she's great in other ways.
You go moo? Are you cattle, piggy? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Who is that attractive to? I do it for me. I don't do it from Ben. They all say the same. They all say the same. Well, they're going to end up doing it to themselves because no man's going near that. No man wants the heifer ring.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this. Let's pause her like that. Let's pause her like that because I think if you are willing, okay, no, let me be nice. Let me be nice. I'll stop pausing her let's try. Okay, there, less awkward.
No man wants it.
There you go. Let's try to give her some respect. Okay, so first of all, why is she assuming that her and the person who have that piercing to begin with? I mean, she said it at the end of this video. She said that, they all hang out in the same cliques. But why would she assume that they have the same beauty standards, first of all? Okay, that's the first thing. Because what she finds attractive, another person is not going to find attractive. Yeah, so the second point is, I don't even care. I don't even care. I don't even care to make a response to this. It's just I think this is a generational difference. If I'm completely honest, I think it's a generational difference, I feel like millennials and Gen Z, I can't really speak for Gen Z completely, and I can't really speak for Alpha, but I can say for sure millennials are not as focused as what men think about us as, for example, boomers or Generation X is what I would say. But even then, not all boomers and not all Gen X are so hyper-focused on what men think about them, on what men think about these ladies. Now, somebody like her, I don't know if she's a life coach or something. She might be. And this is the thing with life coaches. They could say, you could say you're a life coach online and people will just not even bat an eye. They won't even look into your credentials sometimes. I will never call myself a life coach because that's not what I am. So yeah, I don't know. This person looks like she might be a life coach or something. But I think that's a huge difference. And her mistake is assuming that first of all, this person that she's talking about, this woman that has a septum piercing that she is talking about in this video, first of all, likes the same type of men that she likes. Okay, and second of all, cares about what men think about her. Because for me personally, if I had my own business, which, might be a thing in the future, if I had my own business, I would most definitely hire people that have piercings. I would most definitely hire people that have tattoos. And I would also have no problem hiring people that have no piercings and no tattoos. And I would have no problem hiring people that have red hair, green hair, purple hair, blue hair. But I also have no problem hiring people that have their natural hair color or have, blonde highlights. There's a certain level of professionalism when you're at work, but I would just not be focused on these things. But I think what she's doing is she's stereotyping people. It's okay, this woman has a septum piercing, the woman that she's talking about in this video. She has a septum piercing. And so, she's unprofessional. She attracts bad people around her. She attracts bad men. She doesn't take care of herself. Whatever assumptions women like her would make about other women that have septum piercings. Because for me personally, I don't have a septum piercing. But I don't personally see, I always found it kind of weird. People who nitpick at others around them and insult their appearance. Because my question is, and it must be a generational thing, Because my question is, how is that person's appearance affecting you and impacting you? And don't say, oh, I have to look at them, so it's impacted me. You could just close your eyes and turn the other way. But I think people like this are very mean-spirited. And she has 16K likes, and she was probably hoping that people would support her in this. And she was probably expecting a positive response. But for me, this is a bully tactic. This is like you are focusing in on somebody who's different from you. Okay, you're focusing in on your perception of them, and you're telling people about this person when, first of all, you don't know anything about them. Like, for example, assuming that this person will attract bad men or bad people into their life. You don't know anything about them. You don't know if the person who has a septum piercing is rich. You don't know if they're wealthy. You don't know if they're well off. You don't know if they're healthy. You don't know if they go to the gym, if they eat clean. You don't know if they're even like spiritual, if they believe in God. You don't know these things. And yet people will pierce their earlobes because this is a tradition, this is a cultural thing that is widely accepted globally, to pierce earlobes, right? They will even go as far as to pierce the earlobes of babies. Okay. Some people will even go as far as to have a piercing gun, which is the worst method, and have that pierce their earlobes. So for me, that's also a bad decision. So, she thinks septum piercings are a bad decision. I think taking a piercing gun and piercing earlobes is a bad decision. It should have been done with a needle for it to heal better. Anyways, so I think people like this are very judgmental. And I never really could relate to people like that who just look at those around them and just take time to tear them down, tear them apart, and pick at their appearance. Because my question is, how is her appearance affecting you personally? Some people enjoy looking at those around them and tearing them down and picking down their appearance, and they expect a positive response from that. It's such a weird mentality, and that's why I think it's generational. Clearly, this woman is very focused on what men think about her. Because one of the first things she said was, this person with a septum piercing is not going to attract any good man, according to her. And, maybe septum piercings are not for her, and that's fine. But she could have just said, septum piercings are not for me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. There's a way of talking about these things without being disrespectful. And this is why she seems like one of the most annoying people I would never want to meet. Even though she probably has good traits, she comes across as one of the most annoying people I would never want to meet. I'm not going to go in on her appearance because I'm not like her, okay? Let's watch the rest of the video.
No man who's going to adore you and treat you amazing and all of this. I mean, those people kind of roll together, the tatted up with the thing, the nose ring thing. They all roll together. It's a whole different thing. But not to be bitchy, but
And you know what? The fact that she doesn't know what the name of the piercing is, but she still wants to get online and insult people that have that piercing, it tells me a lot about her. Because she didn't even take time to Google what that piercing is, which is called a septum piercing. Okay, and she would have known that if she would have taken 5 seconds to educate herself. For 5 seconds. So, yeah, it's pretty judgmental. And like I said, I feel like people who go around judging those around them based on appearance are the same type of people who would not take 5 seconds of their life to Google something and figure out what it is. Take 5 seconds out of their life to educate themselves about something before talking about it. Like, just 5 seconds, so you don't sound like, so you kind of sound like you somewhat know what you're talking about, at least. Out of respect for those listening to you, and out of respect for your future self, so you don't sound ignorant.